Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to The Edward. I'm your host Eddie, and in today's video I'll be discussing what I thought of that awesome and super exciting and pretty emotional series premiere for the latest and brand new Star Wars show, Star Wars: The Bad Batch, which premiered fittingly on all days of all days today, May the 4th, for May the 4th be with you, also known as Star Wars Day. Yeah. It was something that occurred to me as I was watching it earlier. It was exactly 1 year ago today we got the true and intended series finale for the Clone Wars. And it's just mind-blowing to me that it's already been, a year since everything that's happened. And I just can't believe, it's been that long already, because it didn't feel that long ago when everything changed. But here we are. Things are looking better. And now we've got a brand new Star Wars show to look forward to. Now, before I jump into everything, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled episode review and series premiere reaction. So if you have not seen the first episode of Star Wars: The Bad Batch, do not keep watching or listening to this episode review, as I will be going into spoilers, plot details, shockers, and all that jazz. So you have been warned. That being said, let's jump right into it. First and foremost, they just jumped right into, speaking of jumping right into it, they did not play around. They showed us the end of one battle in the Clone Wars, and then immediately following the very sad and tragic execution of Order 66. And we got a pretty awesome, but not that surprising cameo from a very young Kanan Jarrus, who used to go by Caleb when he was a Padawan before his master was killed. And it looks like the tragic backstory we got from Kanan during Season 1 of Star Wars Rebels came true in this episode, where we saw his master giving her life to save him by telling him to run when her clone troopers turned on her. I'm not surprised at all that the Bad Batch didn't receive that order from the Emperor, because I figured none of them actually had the inhibitor chips in their heads, and if they did, they weren't going to work because they're all genetically mutated, And, they're obviously defective as well, like they're genetically defective, which is why they're the Bad Batch. So I'm not surprised at all that, all of them pretty much don't seem to be on board with the Empire or with the extermination of the Jedi, especially Hunter. And Tech doesn't seem to approve either, and neither does Echo. And Wrecker, I don't know if Wrecker entirely understands what's going on, but I wasn't at all surprised that they made Crosshair to be the one who seemed to be the most on board for this, because when we first met Crosshair in the 7th and final season of Clone Wars, he was the least friendly of the Bad Batch. He was the least compromising, didn't crack a whole lot of jokes, didn't seem to have much of a sense of humor, or a dry sense of humor at that. So it wouldn't surprise me that out of Clone Force 99, he's the one whose inhibitor chip was sort of working, but wasn't really working, which is why Tarkin, of course, had them modify and enhance it as well. And now he's turned on his brothers, and now they're on the run. And the brothers are not alone anymore. Now we have the very first known, or at least first to be made canon, female clone, which was pretty cool and unexpected. I was like, oh, all right. They made a female clone. Cool, all right. And, they made her pretty interesting. And, she's got a lot of personality, and she seems to have a sharp wit, and she's got a head full of wonder. And, she seems to be pretty smart, too, and it seems like she's going to fit right in with the Bad Batch. I thought it was interesting that they didn't reveal that if she was a mistake or just an experimental clone, and they just made her a medical assistant to keep her on Kamino. The one thing I'm hoping this show does in its first season, or I don't know if this is a one-season show, if it's going to be a recurring season thing, we don't know yet. But I hope it does fill the gaps or explain what exactly does happen or did happen to Kamino during that transition period, from the Old Republic to the Galactic Empire. So it will be curious to see what becomes of Kamino and how the Kaminoans respond to the Empire. Already, they're probably not entirely trusting of them, especially considering Tarkin's very standoff attitude and aggressive approach to everything. So it was also cool seeing Saw Gerrera. I figured that's who that was when he first approached them, when they approached the the insurgents in that forest there. For some reason, he wasn't voiced by Forrest Whitaker, but maybe that's because they need him to be younger sounding, since he is supposed to be still a fairly young man. This is at the end of the Clone Wars when he was still basically a kid. But of course, he's already taken issue with the Empire and only Saw Gerrera form. But I'm excited. This was an excellent premiere, a hell of a way to kick it off, with the Order 66 occurring within the first 2 or 3 minutes of this show's opening scene, which was just amazing and shocking to me. And yeah, it's right off the bat. Now the Bad Batch kind of have to figure out where they fit in the galaxy. And now they're on the Empire shit list as well. So now they're going to be run from the Empire throughout this first season, and I'm excited as hell for it. So I hope you guys are too. What did you think of the series premiere of Star Wars The Bad Batch? I'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Brand new episodes of The Bad Batch drop every Friday, starting this Friday with the second episode, and then after that, every Friday on Disney+. I think we have about 15 more episodes to look forward to, and I'm sure they're going to be awesome. All right, guys, have a great rest of your evening. Thanks for watching, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.